Get too close. Back it up.
24 protesters who sat down blocking 3rd Avenue in front of Governor Hochul's Midtown office were arrested.
Sidewalk, sidewalk, sidewalk.
Among them was housing activist Raquel Namucci, who we spoke with minutes before she was hauled away.
Many of my neighbors in my neighborhood in Ridgewood, Queens, throughout Brooklyn, throughout the Bronx and all the state are at risk of being homeless, and that is a tragedy that our elected officials and our leaders won't do anything to protect them.
She was part of a larger group of protesters sounding the alarm about the state's eviction moratorium, in place for nearly 2 years during the pandemic, expiring this Saturday. An estimated 400,000 New York households could face eviction, half, around 200,000, in the city alone.
Tens of thousands of women and children of color in New York City are going to get evicted by their landlords, are going to wind up on the streets.
The rally began at the New York Public Library before marching on Hochul's office.
Hey, ho, ho! Yes, the evictions, let's go!
Ideally, organizers want an extension of the moratorium, but with Governor Hochul and other state leaders signaling that won't happen, protesters are pressuring state leaders to at least pass a good cause eviction law. It would guarantee renters in good standing a reasonable rent renewal offer if they've paid on time and not created any other issues. That law would help tenants like Carlos Juca, who now faces eviction because he can't afford a massive rent hike.
He knows, for me it's very hard to pay that $3,000 for one room apartment in Queens.
Local leaders are reminding tenants to know their rights, including the right to free counsel in New York City regardless of immigration status, something other parts of the state did not necessarily have.
We got to put a stop to this. We got to put an end to this. And that governor, what is she doing for the people?
Governor Hochul did not talk about evictions today. On previous days, she's talked about creating a fund to help people get legal counsel outside the city where it may not necessarily be provided. Live from the governor's Midtown office, Henry ROSOFF, Pix 11 News.